Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening on, family? What's going on? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Look, my friends, on today's conversation, we're going to bring back a couple of segments that we haven't done in quite a while. One of those segments is our Black Excellence Report, where we showcase and shine a light on a successful and inspiring story that can help that I hope can motivate others in the Black community, and just again to just showcase all the greatness and the richness from our culture. In addition to that, I'm also going to be bringing back the return of Arrington's movie review. Recently, I had the opportunity to check out a few new films that have just been brought out to the public, and I want to just share my reviews on them. Simply just give you my take. You can, if you haven't seen these yet, I hope that you do. So then you can have your own opinion for it, but this is a fun segment that I enjoy doing because I love movies, right? I love action, comedy, documentaries. I love movies, right? I love TV shows too, but I enjoy movies, especially when I have the time to watch them. I feel like I'm always on the move, and I rarely have the time to just sit down and enjoy a movie. So, over the Valentine's weekend, my wife and I got to watch a lot of movies. Had the opportunity to check out a few films, and it's funny because my wife is more of like the TV shows binger. I'm more like the movie binger. I can go, give me if I don't have anything to do for the remainder of the day, let me just watch some movies, right? I just enjoy watching movies. So yeah, I'm gonna be bringing those two segments back. We never really have the time to share it too much just because there's so much stuff happening in our world. I try to keep y'all up to speed of what's happening in the world of politics, right? Sports, same old right now. We're still in, I think, the Winter Olympics right now. I'm not gonna lie, I've tried so hard to watch the Winter Olympics thoroughly, and it's nothing against the athletes because they are truly athletes. I mean, the sports that they do is insane when it comes to skiing, snowboarding, figure skating, speed skating, curling. What else you got? Hockey. I mean, the Winter Olympics is one of the most toughest by far in my opinion. But I never chime in as much as I should. I mean, I am aware of the sad news that happened to Lindsey Vonn of her injury, and then of course catching up on who's like the folks to watch in the Olympics and stuff like that. So I rarely talk about the Winter Olympics here. I prefer the Summer Olympics more. That's just my opinion. I feel like they have a much better sports, but hey, again, that's just my opinion. I might be a little biased because I ran track and field, so that's just me personally. What else we got? Oh, okay. So I don't know if y'all heard about this story about the show Rehab Addict on HGTV is recently canceled after a video surfaced of the host using the N-word. Now, I will be reposting that on our social media. I'm not going to play it here because I don't think it's, I don't want to give it a bigger opportunity so y'all can know what she said. For those, what's the N-word? No, you know what it is. And what else do we have on our list today? Okay. Oh, Trump pardons former NFL players. So we'll talk briefly about that as well. Check this out. I want to bring this question to you. Should we blame kids for being ungrateful? Now you're probably wondering, Arrington, what do you mean by that? What do you mean should we blame kids for being ungrateful. So a video surfaced on social media of this popular YouTuber, Duke Dennis. He's giving out free sneakers to less fortunate kids. I'm talking swarm. It's a huge gathering of kids just waiting in line, waiting digitally, and they're passing out the shoes. And I think one gentleman was trying to trade. He didn't want those shoes that they were getting. He's like, "You got the other ones. You got the." And all Duke Dennis, he puts his head down. He's like, "I just don't get it. I just don't get it." And it was a moment of saying, "Well, that kid was being ungrateful because you're receiving these brand new, popular sneakers for free, right?" And you're gonna ask, "I don't want this one. Can I trade this in for not?" Like, what? What? And I've had stuff like that happen to me too. So I felt like that would be a cool thing to chat about. Also, former President Barack Obama responds to the current president, Donald Trump's racist post. The post that where Trump depicts the former First Lady Michelle Obama and former President Barack Obama as monkeys. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. And what else do we have? What else do we have? Okay, I bring up another question for you all. John Fetterman, Pennsylvania, U.S. Senator out of Pennsylvania, Democrat. He continues to show how he's really never on he's never on his team. Like, he's never on his side. He's never in agreements with his side at all. He continues to agree more with the right. And I have a video I'll share with you all a little later on in the show of why I brought up the question, because he continues to be the Lone Ranger. You can almost say he's like what's the gentleman from Joe Manchin, former senator out of West Virginia, who was kind of like a Fetterman. He was a very moderate Democrat who found himself by himself when it came to certain views on things or trying to pass certain bills. He was always kind of like just a team of himself. He has since then retired from politics. He has left the Democratic Party. He's now independent, still more left leaning than right. But hey, we will see. That's all I can say. We will see. And then lastly, if we have time, I want to explain why journalists, but preferably sports journalists turned political commentator Stephen A. Smith will never run for office. All this stuff about, hey, he said this, he said that. Every time he's getting interviewed, they bring up, hey, you think about running for president? Listen, for one, Stephen A. Smith makes too much damn money. He has multiple successful shows, okay? He has the most viewed, most watched sports debate show really in the world. You can say in the country for sure, but I mean, wherever you can get ESPN at, you're going to get First Take. Then he has a radio show on Sirius. He has two radio shows, excuse me. He has one radio show that is heard Monday through Fridays on Mad Dog Sports Radio. So that's a sports show. I think it's a 2 or 3 hour show. And then you have his political show heard on another Sirius XM channel, POTUS, which gives you more balanced bipartisan views, right? You have Chris Cuomo now has a morning show. He's back on Sirius XM. You have Dan Abrams, you have Julie Mason, Steve Scully. I mean, you have so many popular programs on POTUS. I enjoy listening to POTUS, but you now see Stephen A. Smith has his own program heard weekly Wednesdays on POTUS, which again, hardest working man in my opinion, because you got a morning show on television, then you got your sports show, then you got another show on the Wednesday, so it's like 3 shows in one day. It's exhausting. I will say, the max I've done as far as shows, I've recorded maybe 2 shows in one day, and I was drained because it was 2 interviews. I had to be on my game, be awake. It was a lot. So we have a lot to discuss here on today's show. As always, my friend, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chime in to the Arrington Gavin show. I truly appreciate it. Look, be sure to watch us on all of our platforms where you can. Check us on YouTube. Okay, for those who are watching us right now, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. As you know, we have a campaign going on. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers. It'll be a minute, but we're continuing to grow each and every day. And you know what? Growth is good. It's the opposite of growth that I don't want to see. But every day I'm seeing growth. I'm seeing growth in our subscribers. We see larger numbers in our views. I could not do it without you all. So again, I just want to thank you. If you could continue to spread the word, let's keep this momentum going. Let's keep this good news going. We want to, again, continue to share great conversation and just nothing what you see on the corporate side, right? We see so much sadness in the world, and I get it. It's you want to bring the community aware of what's happening and up to speed, but sometimes it's like, okay, we have other stories we can share, and you're only going to get like little 5-minute segments, right, on television, depending on which what you're watching, but you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that here on the Arrington Gavin show. You're going to get as much time within an hour that I can give you. Great conversation, great stories, that some have humor, that are informative, right? Yes, opinionated, because I'm no expert. I'm just giving to you, like if we were just talking amongst friends. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. And I respect opinions too. So I hope y'all respect mine. Let's see. YouTube, I mentioned YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, you can listen to the Arrington Gavin show. We drop new episodes Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin show on GOATverse TV. Okay, GOATverse TV. If you have not download the app yet, I couldn't get my words out. If you have not downloaded the app yet, do me a favor, please do so. You can download it by checking it out on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. You can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our affiliates, WBOK 1230 AM and 107.1 FM. In New Orleans, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's WBOK Media. Then we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can listen into the Arrington Gavin show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then lastly, you can check us out on KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM Las Vegas. You can tune in weekly to the Arrington Gavin show Fridays at 8 p.m. West Coast time. So again, when you're heading to the casino, hopefully, fingers crossed that you get lucky and you win something. Hey, listen into the show and enjoy yourself and have a safe rest of your evening there. So we're excited to be a part of the Las Vegas family out there, and we hope to continue to grow and get on more stations. So you are watching us. For those who've been a part of the Arrington Gavin show since day one, you are continuing to see us grow each and every day, and that's what we want to see, y'all. All right. Now, I've said enough. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick breather here. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
6'10", #1 pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary. and every man deserves care.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
All right, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we're bringing back a couple of segments. One of those segments being our Black Excellence Report, where we just showcase someone doing just truly remarkable stuff, and as well as representing the culture with grace and dignity. So the first person I want to shout out, because there's two people I want to showcase here. First person, singer and Real Housewife of Atlanta alum Shamari DeVoe. Okay, now that last name DeVoe sounds familiar. Yes, she is the wife of, I believe it's Ronnie. Is that Ronnie DeVoe? Ronnie DeVoe of Belle Biv DeVoe, New Edition. Yeah, that DeVoe. Well, his wife is sharing on social media her journey, her nursing school journey, and reveals her first hospital externship. Now, check this out. Let me see if I should have a clip here to share with you all. Here we go. We got it right over here.
I am going to my first day of orientation. I feel really great. Yeah, things are looking up. Got a job at hospital as a nurse extern. Yes.
Okay. What's your last name?
DeVoe.
Got you.
Right
Right.
there. Thank you.
All right. Do you have the badge right?
No.
Did you take a picture?
Yes, I sent it in.
Okay, so it should be on that back table.
Okay.
If not, then just come back out here and show me.
Okay, thank you.
So you have truly joined an organization that actually cares about you as a person.
Okay, so I'm not going to share the full video. It's like a 40-second video.
I am going to my first day of orientation.
But the reason why I wanted to showcase this, y'all, because for one, you know how I feel about these reality shows, especially the Real Housewives of everything in between. Like, I feel like they give an awful representation on women, and especially when you get to Atlanta, the more predominantly black cast ones, I'm not crazy about. But one thing I love about this story is because Ronnie DeVoe, when there was a period where like New Edition wasn't making any new music, and they were kind of like on a hiatus. He then entered into the world of real estate. To my knowledge, he is still a licensed agent, and he's continuing to have his, other stream of income on the side, still touring, still making music, with New Edition, with Belle Biv DeVoe, but seeing his wife, who's also again a former singer, she was in a group called The Black. I'm not gonna lie, I never heard of that group, but but she was also on the Real Housewives show, and she's now left that and is doing something great. Working in the hospitals, becoming a nurse, being a first responder, and it shows she's showcasing that on her social media. So I just wanted to congratulate Shamari DeVoe. Continue doing great stuff. Black girl magic all the way. It's very inspiring what she's doing. She's leaving the world of entertainment and entering front lines as a nurse, which we need. We continue to need more help in the hospitals, and better pay for nurses too. I'm just gonna put that out there. Much better pay for the amount of work and schooling they do. They need more money. Okay, everyone in the medical field needs more money. Real quick, our second individual that I want to showcase is none other than the Hall of Famer Randy Moss. Now, Randy Moss is just continuing to. I mean, he's awesome. What else can you say? What else can you say? Randy Moss is awesome. He's not only had an amazing career, 14-year career in the NFL. He is a NFL Hall of Famer. He's also beat cancer that was documented to the public at the time during his absence on ESPN. And now he's officially trademark his slogan, "You got mossed." Moss with a D, with a D, mossed. Because it started off as a segment, right? It started off as a segment on TV, and everybody, when you say you got mossed, everybody knew. When I was in high school, look, I was a defensive back, cornerback, and I got mossed on plenty of times. Trust me, because I wasn't the greatest DB. I held my own, but it was no pro or collegiate football career in my future. But we used to use that phrase all the time. You got mossed, meaning Moss was always known for his deep ball touchdown. So simply running a fly route, Moss used to always beat DBs, and boom, and it was by long distance too. And people used to say, "You got Moss." So he has officially trademarked, which means more money, more money, more money. He's also going to be using the phrase for his clothing and apparel line. Again, we want to showcase and congratulate the legend, the icon, Randy Moss. And we hope to give you more great stories, which we will, because there's so many stories that are not being shared that I consider just Black excellence reports. So shout out to those individuals right there. Next up, I had mentioned another segment, which I haven't shared in a while, Arrington's movie reviews. And on today's movie reviews, I'm going to be talking about, let me see, I think 4. The first one is called The Wrecking Crew. Okay, The Wrecking Crew, which starred Dave Bautista. I still call him Bautista, being a wrestling fan that I am. But he's in the world of Hollywood. His name is Dave Bautista, and Jason Momoa. I think Jason Momoa is always going to be known more for his role as Aquaman, and Lisa Bonet's ex-husband, Zoe Kravitz, former stepdaddy. But no, checked out this film. This is on Prime. This is currently on Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, Prime Video, check it out. Great film, action, comedy, 2 of my favorite genres. And just to give you a little bit of background about this, their estranged half brothers, Johnny and James, reunite after their father's mysterious death. As they search for the truth, buried secrets revealed a conspiracy threatening to tear their family apart. Check it out. It takes place in the beautiful Hawaii. All right. And it's a great film. It's a great film. Overall, now Rotten Tomatoes scored it as a 73%. IMDb has it at 6.4 over 10. I would say that's about right. I wouldn't give it any higher really than maybe a 6 out of 10. And the reason, in my opinion, it's a lot of action, right? It's a lot of action like a John Wick, but I feel like John Wick has slightly realistic scenes, realistic fight scenes, realistic gory scenes. You know how sometimes when you watch a gory scene and you're like, wow, hella CGI, that was fake. What was, it looks a bit abnormal, right? It looks very sci-fi-ish. That being said, Great storyline. I think they picked the two great co-stars. Um Batista and Jason Momoa, you would never thought would be a great duo. I personally hope that they do a part, like, no, not a part two, but they could easily make this into like a two-part kind of film, or have a sequel of this, because the comedy relationship I thought was pretty dope. They're both big guys. They're both action packed, stars. Again, they both bring a sense of humor. But I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. Or even make it into just, if they had this as a TV show, maybe, I don't know. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. They should do more films together, if I might say. But it was pretty good. So I highly recommend to check out The Wrecking Crew. And kudos to Dave Bautista, because I was telling my wife while we were watching this, me being a wrestling fan, I remember when, like, at least during my era. So I grew up on the Attitude Era. If you actually think of like the first wrestler, trying to make it into movies, you can say it was probably Hulk Hogan. But Hulk Hogan was not a good actor. He was, his movies that he starred in were garbage. They were not good. They did not make, high in the rankings. So then there's a period where WWE starts like a film division and they start making movies with all their stars. Kane, who's now is known, his name is Glenn Jacobs. He's the mayor out in Knoxville County, I think, in Tennessee. He starred in one film that I know of called See No Evil. Kane played a, kind of like a scary wrestler, so obviously it was fit to give him a horror movie role. It was good for Halloween, but I don't hear a lot of people saying, "Hey, I'm going to continue to watch this." Stone Cold Steve Austin was in a few films. Not bad, but I wouldn't say he should stick with films. The Miz was in some films. Randy Orton was in some films, or a film, maybe not multiple. I think he was just in one. I think Triple H was in one. Uh, Big Show was actually pretty decent. Big Show had his own comedy sitcom show, I believe, for what, a season or 2 seasons. I'm skipping. I feel like I'm missing out a name here before I get to the one who became more. Oh, John Cena. John Cena is not a bad actor, but if I have to rank him, like, say, who's the number one wrestler turned actor that has both equally successful careers in the world of wrestling and the world of acting, obviously Dwayne The Rock Johnson will be number one. Number two, I would say Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista has put in the work. He's fully retired from wrestling, and he's a great actor, right? He lucked up with Guardians of the Galaxy, because I think that's a part of the, not Marvel. Is that Marvel? Well, I know it's a superhero film. Don't get me quoting, because I don't know the Marvel, DC, whatever. But actually, I'm gonna say Marvel. Final answer. Marvel. Dave Bautista was in a successful film, or then turned out to be really a series, and then that opened the door for other movies. He's done some, quirky comedy. He's done obviously action. He's a big, guy, which is like, okay, that's easy win for him to be in an action film. But he's actually a great actor, and I will say his films have been pretty solid. Could his films start, gross like The Rock? No. The Rock has always been just a solid actor. Now, going back to John Cena had some good roles in the Fast and Furious series. I'm sorry, Roman Reigns was also, I think, in one of the Fast and Furious, but he had maybe like just a very, not a big role. But John Cena has a sense of humor, but I don't see him. I don't know. I'm not crazy about his acting. I mean, John Cena, he loves to be funny. I don't find him that funny too much. I feel I'm kind of sometimes kind of corny, but you never know. He might be good for like a hosting a game show, something like that. But yes, Wrecking Crew, check it out, my friends. Check it out. All right, Wrecking Crew, and then let me actually. I think I have a think right here we go. So just to kind of put a face to it, y'all. Here is Wrecking Crew. So you see the front cover, as I mentioned. Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa. Not too bad of a film there. Okay, so let me move on to the next film. The next one I did see, speaking of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is the Smashing Machine. Okay, the Smashing Machine. Have y'all heard of that film? The Smashing Machine was The Rock's recent film which garnered him great praise. I mean, even to the point I think he was nominated for a Golden Globe. Let me see here. This it won a Silver Lion. I don't know what that is. It had grossed okay, not really good in the box office because the budget was 50 million for this film. Box office it grossed $21.1. Was nominated for best makeup and hairstyling. John Dwayne The Rock Johnson was nominated for best actor, and Blunt was nominated for best supporting actress at the 83rd Golden Globe. So, I mean, good praise, but I will personally say, I think it was I think it was a lot of hype. Personally, the the premise of this was a biography sports drama uh, about a former amateur wrestler and MMA fighter, Mark Kerr. Okay, Mark Kerr. I don't know why I'm having problems saying the name. Mark Kerr, Kerr. He was kind of like one of the founding fathers in the UFC when it first started, like in the early '90s. Excuse me, not early, not late '90s, early 2000s. It was pushed to try and be permanently banned because it was very violent, right? I'm talking extremely gory. Wasn't a lot of padding. Some of them wasn't even padded gloves, man. I mean, it was bare knuckle before bare knuckle became a thing. Like it was intense. And Mark Kerr was a popular fighter that was, on the cusp of being one of the greats. He was best friends with Mark Coleman, a UFC Hall of Famer, former champion. You have so many stories in that alone, but the film kind of just talked about the story of Mark Kerr, his girlfriend, who I forgot what her name was. I'm trying to see if they had but it was a toxic moment right there. So in '99, and this all begins in actually '97 with an interview. Mark Kerr, who explains the interviewer his success in the Ultimate Fighting Championship before he leaves for his next bout. Now, in '99, Mark is. Well, I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but it talks about his struggle of drugs, substance abuse, specifically prescription drugs, as well as his toxic relationship with his girlfriend, who's played by Emily Blunt, and his relationship with his best friend, Mark Coleman. Now, it was pretty violent. I enjoyed it being a UFC fan. I don't watch it as often as I should to be considered like, oh, like I'm not going to consider myself an expert, but I do watch. I do check it out. I do enjoy watching the UFC. This was one of Dwayne The Rock Johnson's, I would say, biggest films for his career because, as I mentioned, he was nominated for a Golden Globe. Doesn't get any bigger than that, right? Do I think it could have tossed in a little more meat into this? So it was talking mainly about Mark Kerr, but maybe and my wife brought up a good point, his best friend Mark Coleman, who has they could have easily made a film just about him alone, but I think if they kind of just combine two stories and show the stories behind like Mark Coleman, how he got to where he was at, as well as still showing Mark Kerr, I get it, but because when you think about it, y'all, the story is excuse me, the story is a man, he's a fighter, he has an addiction to prescription drugs because hey, he's playing in a very very violent sport that if requires that can sustain bad injuries. And if you want to have a turnaround time, make this money, this and that and the other, you're traveling overseas to Japan doing fights, this and that and the other. Like it's kind of common. Oh, and he has a toxic relationship with his girlfriend. Who doesn't? Like it's just to me making a whole movie about that. I was expecting a lot worse, like worser things. If that makes sense. I mean, it's hard to explain it, y'all. I was expecting a lot more from this film. I'm saying a lot like a collage of things, but I wish it was more to this film. I really do. The way the camera and the quality of this was pretty dope because it seemed like it was a documentary, even though it was a movie. Just by if you kind of see this cinematic, like the picture and the quality of this, it was interesting. But I wish I was expecting a lot more. I wish I had received a lot more. But again, if it was Golden Globe worthy, I will say, I mean, makeup was superb. I mean, they totally revamped the look of The Rock. I mean, they really did. They made him look very, very close to the actual Mark Kerr, who's still alive, who's recovering, doing great, very successful, and again, an iconic figure in the world of mixed martial arts. So, me personally, the Academy Award, they should win best makeup. I mean, it was that good of a it was that good in my opinion. But overall, do I highly recommend y'all to see that film? You can. You can if you want to. But if you like goriness, if you're into that stuff because this is very realistic, then you would enjoy it. If you don't, I don't recommend you to see it. Okay, and what was the final? Because that was 3 films. Let's see here. So next film, and I'm spending a lot of time on this movie review. It's been a long time coming. I can't complain. The Rip. The Rip, starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Okay, The Rip, which is on Netflix, by the way. If you have HBO Max, you can check out The Smashing Machine that's currently on HBO Max. The previous film, The Wrecking Crew, Prime Video. Now this one is on Netflix. Crime thriller. I didn't think I was going to care for it, but it was really, really good. And it's funny because Ben Affleck and Matt Damon happen to be best of friends. And this is about finding a secret stash of million wages internal conflict for a group of Miami officers pushing trust, loyalty, and self-preservation into sharp and dangerous focus. Pretty good film. Pretty good film, if I might say. Rotten Tomatoes ranked it at 79%. Great score. IMDb has it at 6.8 over 10. Another great score. Hey, look, you got Matt Damon and Ben Affleck alone. They've grossed a lot, very, very much success in the TV and film industry. Kudos to Tiana Taylor. I mean, look, Tiana Taylor's turned into just a straight actress now. She's everywhere. She's everywhere. Just a flat out entertainer, but she's having a huge success tour. Last year was great for her. Entering into 2026 is great for her. So kudos to, again, Tiana Taylor, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. It's a great film. Highly recommend it. Check it out. Again, that film is called The Rip. The Rip. R-I-P. The Rip. All right, my friends. Yes, I apologize. I was spending so much time on Arrington's movie review, but I told you I love movies. I love films. I love giving you my take on it. So now we're gonna talk about some more fun stuff. Let's talk about this lady from Rehab Addict. I've never heard of this show. Have y'all heard of this show before? I have not at all. Rehab Addict had been on, and I say had because no longer because it got canceled. Rehab Addict was a show on HGTV. It was on there for 15 years. You hear me? 15 years. And it was recently canceled after a video clip of the star of the show. And let me see if I can. Nicole Curtis was filmed her using a racial slur. First of all, I saw the footage. She did use it, but it was in the context of how she used it. Like it was so weird, and I'm just like, and she said it so like, oh, that's typical. I use that word all the time. Like, trust me, that wasn't just like, oh, all of a sudden she's just now using it because she's on TV and she's being filmed and stuff like that. She's used that for quite some time. And is it sad? Of course. Is it a shocker? No. Y'all know what the world we living in right now. See, people are so comfortable showing who they truly are, like what they say. Believe them the first time. Believe them the first time. Now all of a sudden my iPad wants to work slow on me. But now here we go. So and wait, hold on real quick, because I'm checking this out right here. So this is interesting. There's one story showing that the show had been okay. Here we go. So U.S. Weekly. Hold on, I'm trying to find y'all a good art because everybody is showing different. Here we go. Okay, so they have pulled the show the same day they were set to premiere after a video surfaced of her using the N-word. And it was funny because after she used it, she's like immediately telling her, can you cut that out? Can you cut that out? Can you take that out? Like, no, don't try and hide it. No. We heard what you said. So, and I mean, kudos to HGTV for canceling the show. I mean, I don't care how long it's been, like, no, you gotta go. I mean, shows don't last 15 years really on HGTV. The only show that I know have been lasted the longest is anything hosted by the twins, right? You have Love It or List It is a very popular show. Obviously, House Hunters, but House Hunters doesn't have a regular host. What's my show with my boy Lottery Dream Home? That's my wife and I's favorite show right there. Let's see here. She seems surprised of her own remarks. Source told Radar that Curtis filmed the episode 2 years ago in Wyoming, and it aired without a racial slur during season 9 in June of 2025. Of course, no comment. I'm trying to see if there's been an apology. Because, I mean, yeah, you get canceled from the show, but most likely, I feel like you should get canceled in general. Let's see here. Okay, TMZ reports that she has apologized for using the term. Of course, you're going to apologize now because she's out of a check. So, is that apology even a true apology? You know what I mean? Like, is it really from the heart? Probably not. But again, when you hit them in their pocket, they start saying, "Oh, I'm very sorry. That's not me. That is not I. Look, I have black friends. I'm good with black people. They know me. I watch BET." I'll be honest, I've never heard of this show at all. It's been on HGTV for a long time. I've never heard of this show, and I watch a good amount of HGTV Thanks to my wife. My wife forces me to watch HGTV. No, not all the time though. They have some good shows. I enjoy shows like Ugliest Home in America or Scariest Home in America. Um, you know, Lottery Dream Home, all that good stuff. Um, yeah, she puts. I'm grateful for the 15-year journey we've shared. It's been a meaningful chapter, but my focus isn't on my career. My focus is at this moment is rightfully on my relationships and my community, the people who truly know my character and where my heart is. Well, I know your character, and I know where your heart is. Let's move on, people. Let's move on. Again, she says, and I'm gonna put out this video, the video clip of the footage, but she says fart and then the word. Oh, fart. Fart. Like what? What? It was just it was so rare. I'm like, wait, what did she just say? And somebody in the background was laughing. And I'm like, well, they need to get fired too. Because it wasn't funny. It's not a funny word. It's not. It's a hurtful word. It's an offensive word. And y'all laughing, so it's probably shared many a times around. I mean, just good gracious, y'all. I tell you. When they tell you who they really are, believe them. The first time. All right. What else we got next? We're moving through some of these shows. I might not have time to let's see. Not gonna have time to talk about Fetterman. Well, I might, but I'm gonna put that one to the side. Let me see which one I want to share with you next. Let me go ahead and share this clip of our former president Barack Obama giving his take on the recent post that was posted by the current president of him and his wife being depicted as monkeys. So let me go ahead and share this clip for you all.
Discourse has devolved into a level of cruelty that we haven't seen before. What was disqualifying just a few years ago now not only feels fine, acceptable, but actually rewarded. You have administration officials saying that the victims of ISIS aggression are domestic terrorists. You have J.D. Vance coming out and saying that it's okay. You don't have to apologize for being white. Just days ago, Donald Trump put a picture of your face on an ape's body. And so again, this is kind of, we've seen the de-evolution of the discourse. How do we come back from a place that we have fallen into?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to recognize that the majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling. It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction. But, as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people. They still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness, and there's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television, and what is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety and respect for the office, right? So that's been lost. But
the discourse has devolved into a level of cruelty that we have.
So you heard it right. You heard it right there. I mean, obviously, no respect for the office, which we see that each and every day from this administration. Clown show happening on social media now, on TV. Obama continues to respond with grace. He, and the gentleman that was interviewing him, Brian Tyler Cohen, very, very, very popular, I would say, left-wing media host. He is his preferences, he's a part of the liberal media, has a very, very, very large following. I mean, obviously he's interviewing freaking Barack Obama. I mean, you don't see me getting an interview with Barack Obama. I'm trying. But I don't know, I might be too center for. But Obama responded with grace because here's the thing, y'all. The Obamas is living rent free in Trump's head, and everybody a part of the MAGA world, they're living in their heads rent free. They continue to insult. Like, come on. Trump has been in office. Yes, this is his second term. He did 4 years the first time, and now he's going on year 2 of his second term. He is still keep on bringing up other people's names and like saying the reason why we're in this predicament is because they're like, are you gonna like literally say, I would have done good, but see, the people that was in office before is why we're in, like, it gets kind of old because you continue to take yourself out of the blaming situation, knowing damn well, bro, you're the president. It's your administration in there now. Stop pointing fingers at other people and just admit what y'all doing is wrong. I agree with the former president. This is not the norm of everybody in America. Most people in America do agree that that clip was disgusting. It was very offensive. It was wrong. I shared a clip here a while back where a gentleman who's a registered Republican voted for Trump 3 times, and he admits on live TV he apologized to everybody. He apologized. He was wrong. He was caught up in the lies of this is what he told us he was going to do, and it didn't happen. And so when you have more folks doing that, when you have long-standing Republican conservatives that are either leaving the party or endorsing Democrat, I mean, you can't make this up, my friends. You cannot make this up. So in addition to what Obama is describing is like, hey, look, all of this is noise and a distraction of what this administration is truly doing. Because what have they done? What have they done? All we have been bringing up here is Epstein's files. Now you got they were talking about how oh my gosh, how bad the Super Bowl halftime show was, and they're gonna have the All-American one. Like, they bring up all these distractions, and it's just like, Lord have mercy. I mean, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And look, let me go ahead and share this clip with you because it's getting so bad that even the right is acknowledging that, we need to do something because it is not getting any better for the party. What I mean by that is because you have Fox News voices that are saying, hey, look, the Democrats are surging all across the country.
No matter everything you said about land grabs and Indians who really belong with this land and all this stuff, the Democrats have flipped 25 state legislative seats. The Republicans have flipped 0. As much as they're whining with pronouns, Republicans have to find a way to communicate that they are the better way, and they got about 7 or 8 months to do it. Because that group, as misguided as they seem and act, seems to be on a roll, which astounds me to say, but the numbers don't lie.
The results from that special election, that Democratic primary in the 11th district in New Jersey, speak to a larger point within the Democratic Party, and that is that the far left is significantly more powerful than they once were. This sort of gives the game away here. Democrats who identify as very liberal or conservative. You know, there used to be a lot of conservative Democrats, right? Back in 1999, 26% of Democrats self-identified as conservative. Just 5% said that they were very liberal. It was a smidgen. Now that far left has gained considerably in power. Look at this. Now we're talking about a fifth of Democrats. 21% say they're very liberal. That conservative part of the Democratic Party, adios amigos, goodbye, just 8%. And when you combine the 21% who are very liberal with those who say that they're somewhat liberal, we're talking about 3 in 5 Democrats who identify as either somewhat liberal or very liberal, with the very liberals, but much larger portion of the party. The far left, which used to just be a smidgen within the Democratic Party, has gained considerable power, as you saw in New Jersey's 11th district.
What about Democratic socialists, like the likes of, you've got Bernie Sanders or Zoran Mandani here in New York City? Where does that line up?
Okay, so on a separate question where you essentially, CNN asked this last year, which was, okay, Democrats who think of themselves as democratic socialists, among all Democrats, including those independents who lean towards the Democratic Party. Look at this. We're talking about a third of all Democrats who identify as democratic socialists. Bernie Sanders and Zohran Mamdani are not alone. They are a considerable part of the Democratic base at this point. And more than that, if you look at Democrats under the age of 35, they are nearly half of the Democratic Party. Look at this. 42% of Democrats think of themselves as democratic socialists under the age of 35, just like Zohran Mamdani. That, what happened in New York City, is not some aberration, right? It is not something that just happened in New York City. It is something that we are seeing grow within the Democratic Party at this particular point when we're talking about 42% of Democrats under the age of 35 identifying as democratic socialists and a third of all Democrats. My goodness gracious.
So if the ideology of the Democratic Party is shifting or changing, how are people feeling about it?
Okay, so we're talking about the Democratic base, right? But what about all Americans, right? How about all voters? Voters who say the Democrats are now too liberal. Look at this percentage. It was 42% in 96, 48% in 2013, now 58% in 2025 of all voters say that the Democratic Party is too liberal. The Democrats are moving to the left, the far left is gaining power, and there could be some electoral repercussions because what we see right now is voters, the clear majority, say that they are too liberal.
This is really interesting. Thanks so much.
I mean, that was Harry Enton from CNN. They're like data's guy, who is quite, I would say he's fair. He's not biased, being that he's on a more liberal network. He's actually pretty fair with his data sheets. Now, I only have about a couple of minutes to share here until we close. But what he's saying is very true. On a federal level, progressives are actually continuing to grow. Okay. Now, on a local state level, you're not really going to see progressives voices really win big. In my opinion. Now, each state has different Democrats. Each state has different Republican parties. I mean, it all really varies. But the stats he was showing was, hey, at one year it was 42%, the other year was 48, the other year now it's 58. Now, he's mentioned people are describing themselves as democratic socialists that are under 35. Now, I have seen that firsthand of a lot of younger, I would say Democrats leaning more left because they see the BS happening in Washington. They're tired of the same old what's the word I'm looking for? Moderate Democrats that are not really speaking truth to power, like a John Fetterman, right? People are getting tired of John Fetterman. John Fetterman he's really not helping his case for re-election, in my opinion. But y'all, it's so much more we could continue to chop it up and discuss here, but I am running out of time like I do on a regular. But I do appreciate you all for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin show. We got a lot more great show for you on tap for you later on, as well as great interviews. So continue to support, chime in. If you have not followed us on social medias, y'all know where to find us. Instagram, what else? TikTok. We are revamping, kind of like we revamping the X and Blue Sky and all that other stuff. So that's kind of like under construction right now. But yeah, y'all know where to find us. Stay safe, stay informed. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.